Genesis chapter 11. The Tower of Babel. 1 And the whole earth was of one language, and of one speech. 2 And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. 3 And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. 4 And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. 5 And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. 6 And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. 7 Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. 8 So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. 9 Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
Explanation and understanding of Genesis chapter 11. Genesis chapter 11 tells the story of the Tower of Babel, a significant event in biblical history that explains the origin of diverse languages and the scattering of humanity across the earth. One language and one speech. In the beginning of this chapter, it is mentioned that the whole earth had one common language and one unified way of speaking. The plan to build a tower. People journeyed to the land of Shinar, possibly the region of ancient Mesopotamia, where they decided to build a city and a tower. Their intention was to make a name for themselves and prevent being scattered across the earth. The tower's height, they planned to build a tower that reached to the heavens. This tower building project was seen as a symbol of human ambition and pride. God's observation. The Lord took notice of their endeavors. He recognized that because they shared a common language and were united in purpose, there would be no limit to what they could achieve. Confounding of languages. God decided to confound their language so that they could not understand one another's speech. This sudden confusion in communication led to the scattering of the people. The scattering of humanity. Due to their inability to communicate effectively, people abandoned the construction of the city and the tower, and they dispersed to different parts of the world. This event effectively led to the formation of distinct language groups and the diversification of human cultures and nations. The name, Babel. The city was named Babel because it signifies confusion. This name is a play on words, as it is related to the Hebrew word, balal, meaning, to confuse, or, to mix. The Tower of Babel story illustrates several important themes. Pride and ambition. The people's desire to build a tower to the heavens was seen as an act of human pride and ambition, attempting to assert themselves against God. Language as a divider. The confusion of languages highlights the significance of language as a means of communication and identity. The diverse languages that emerged from this event became a way to distinguish different groups of people. God's sovereignty. God's intervention underscores His authority over humanity and His ability to disrupt human plans when they conflict with His divine purpose. Scattering and diversity. The story explains the scattering of humanity across the earth and the subsequent development of various cultures, nations, and languages. Overall, the Tower of Babel narrative serves as a foundational story explaining the diversity of languages and the dispersion of human populations across the world, according to biblical tradition.